She realizes something about herself that but revenge boils within her. She pursues Johann. Temma trying to stop her. She finds Kristoff and shoots him in the ear, causing him to break his calm and calculating character.
Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Hervey, Super Breeze, going live right now on this day, May 23rd, 2025. I just want to know how's everybody doing. I put my link up. I put everything up for everybody to do. If y'all hear stuff in the background, I got the TV. I'm watching something on YouTube right now. Behind the scenes of this show called Monster. I used to watch back in the day, back in the early 90s. No, late 90s. I'm just going behind the scenes on why about it and stuff like that. It's an hour long, and I'm still watching it and everything. I like to know how y'all doing, what's going on with y'all, how y'all feel, what y'all been up to, yada yada, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. What y'all do for Mother's Day? I really didn't do that much because I went away to my fiance's best friend's son's 1-year-old birthday. He had just turned 1 around the time of Mother's Day. So we didn't do nothing for Mother's Day, but we went out there, we had fun, spend some time out. I had to stay behind because I had a lot of schoolwork I gotta get caught up on, which I did, finished it and everything. But I went to see them and stuff like that. Had fun. We ate, laughed, and everything, whatnot, blah blah blah. It was a good thing.
This monster that lives in him was bred by claws. He has lost the understanding of exactly what
Excuse me.
Johann had hoped that, like in the monster with no name,
I had fun. We had fun last week. The kids went with us and everything. Yeah, my girls want to say hello, hi. They ain't this whole week. They had a spring break, so they didn't really been going to bed like they supposed to. So they been up and just been up and every day. Tonight they up tonight, so they doing a lot of stuff. You know, they up right now. They waiting for their mother to come back and everything.
This desire he had to be the last one standing at the end of the world is pointless in the light of his new realizations. They are meaningless.
Law enforcement sources say Gerard lives in a shelter on Randall's Island and posed as a good Samaritan to police.
So yeah, so right now I'm just
everybody's loving that Grubhub.
Basically, yes.
Can we just start carpooling? Amazon Prime member, you can get $0.
Taking it easy. So now I safe to say that I already took care of my business earlier today. I went to the library to do this quiz for my class thing.
Look at what Nina said back in episode
Praying to God that I pass this course, then I take the test and become a certified medical billing coder. Actually, a coder, more or less a coder. If I become a coder, it'll be good for me. That means that I move further on in my career, in a new career and everything. Doing just coding, I can work in any hospital or private hospital and whatnot. Which be good for me because I was, like I said, I did this before a long time ago, but I didn't really was certified in doing so.
He hands out firearms like they're candy to the
residents. I wasn't really
family he has used his charm on to take him in.
Doing so, I wasn't certified anything like that?
Remain at a hotel in the center of the village, ran by the man Claus, and make him aware that they know his past. He makes
Well,
no
hopefully
excuses
I
for
could
who he
do
is,
this.
fully aware of his sins, accepting of whatever may come his way. This angers Grimmer, who believes the man should pay for his crimes. He wants to see him exposed for his
Hope I
actions,
could do
not just sit
this.
idly in some faraway fairy tale village. As they have this discussion, it begins to pour.
Do everything I need to do.
Everywhere. Shop windows broken. Town bar littered and massacred. Roberto has been moving around, egging
Right now, I'm
situation on.
sharing my
Lieutenant Drum, the
stuff.
father of a bulky boy, wandering around paranoid, carrying a gun. The rain has shut off any emergency dispatch that can be provided in this town.
Sharing my
Clearly
stuff
shut
for
off.
everybody.
Tenma and Nina arrive separately to find the massacre. While Nina searches for her brother, Tenma escorts women and children out of town. Luge decides to head off Roberto, who is pulling the strings of the slaughter. Grimmer guards Claus.
Charges, among others. Police say he held hostage.
Grimmer tries to take out some of the shooters that have surrounded the hotel, but out of nowhere, a woman strolls towards the buildings, straight through the street, rifle shooting to them.
It's hard to imagine the house of horror.
Seeing the death of another innocent
just-
is too much for Grimmer.
Right now, what I'm doing is
He's reached his limit.
putting in codes and stuff, so I
Tenma is
can
directed to the hotel.
have people
As he walks past
look
the
what
man,
I'm
he
doing
so
and stuff like
desperately
that.
approves of
Hopefully,
Roberto. He apologizes. He admits he was
by doing this, everybody
mistakes. He makes his way up to the room where he and Roberto engage in a shootout. The other grave
doing everything I need to do.
Tenma arrives at the hotel, but it seems the fight is over. Grimmer sits in the chair, badly injured. He tells Tenma that this time, Steiner did not need to come out. The bloodshed before him was his own volition. His rage. In his final moments, he sheds tears, telling Tenma that he's not sad that he's dying, but finally feeling the emotional weight of losing his son years ago. Kinderheim wasn't able to take his emotions away. They were only lost, wandering within him, until them finally returning. As he leaves this world, both the boy and Claus cry over his death. Tenma exits the hotel, the boy and Claus following him. He tells them what he's about to do, the man he's about to kill. Claus insisting he lets
Just
him
doing
bear
what I
the
need to
burden. He is the
do.
originator of
You know,
monsters.
just
One
making
who
sure
let him
everything
down. He
goes
should bear the weight of his own
away
sin.
like it's
Grimmer's
supposed
past would be
to.
pinnacle to his realization. Tenma allows him to come.
This is to repair damage caused by Superstorm Sandy 12 years
Then
ago.
he's the one who brought the monster back alive. He should be the one to do that. Roberto and Lunge are still
Just
at
getting
each other's
everything
throats.
set up.
Roberto explains how Johann told him he could not kill Tenma till the end. Johann wished to show him something, that being the scenery in the end. A place that Roberto has longed to see, but Johann has refused to show him.
Game 2 of the NBA
In the middle of town, Tenma and Johann confront each other, Claus and the boy present as well. As Tenma prepares to shoot Johann, Claus pushes him aside, claiming that this is his cross to bear. But before he can pull the trigger,
Yeah,
Claus
so
is
that's what
shot
I'm
by
doing right
Roberto.
now. So if I'm
Collapses at
skipping
Johann's
them,
feet.
skipping
Roberto
out
begs
in and
Johann
out.
to show him the scenery of the end. Johann looks down at Roberto, telling him he will never see it. He's not capable. Roberto passes. The truth behind the reason Roberto could not see the scenery of the end is because
Just
he is not
skipping in and
capable.
out
But
because
Johann
I'm
never
doing
pushed
this,
down that
doing
road
that,
like Tenma. He still holds on to that pleasant
and
memory of the
whatnot.
cocoa that keeps him anchored from true nihilism. Roberto only pretends to be empty. Johann turns to Tenma, asking him if he understands the only thing people
Josh Hart underneath to cut the lead to 110-109.
And that's to no surprise. I didn't even know this show existed 2 weeks ago.
Pulls up for just inside the logo.
Not life. Tenma points his gun towards the boy. Johann putting his finger on his forehead, a symbol of him testing fate, as he finds no meaning in life. He's so easily killed without feeling. He's basically tempted death. He does not care.
So I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do.
Going into the fourth quarter, it's tie ball game, and you just got to make better plays, more winning plays. Same thing. Just get ready for the next one. We got to be ready for the next challenge. We got to study the film, make our corrections, get ready to play again.
The Knicks face a monstrous challenge. They have to win 4 of the next 5 ball games. I trust this team on the road.
So
They are
pardon me for
in the playoffs
not
this
really
year.
paying attention right now. I'm just sharing my thing with every place.
Of their last 28
Stop.
games, including the playoffs. They are on fire right now. It
If
was
anybody
another
here,
disappointing night.
that was my oldest daughter.
Another world, one lacking in meaning, the scenery of the end. A fictitious world that Temma begins to see as he edges closer to killing Johan, abandoning his hippocratic oath that he holds so dear. The world around them representing the nihilistic thinking Johan has sunk Temma into. But only for a moment, the emperor's mouth is more. She yells out to her brother, forgiving him for all he's put her through, begging him not to go through with this, not commit this suicide. Johan sees Temma's eyes shift, his trigger fingers slacking. He grabs the boy that came with Temma, holding a gun to his head, forcing Temma into choosing his life over the boy. This is Johan's destined death. He will not have it.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Knows what he has to do. Just doesn't know if he has the will to do it.
Among Knicks fans on a dreary Friday night. The official watch party moving outdoors to Central Park's center stage. The rain not keeping thousands away. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals filled with
The drunkard,
optimism.
father of the boy, fires the killing shot. When asked later during his testimony, he tells of a four-headed demon holding his son, pure evil being radiating from the beast. This story, while seeming crazy and illogical to us, depicts a biblical representation of the Antichrist. Interesting final representation.
My whole family, Nick fans.
The harm he has caused remaining, but the future never so bright.
I didn't come here for nothing.
The case
Right?
wraps up. Temma is released
So,
from all charges held
like
against
I
him,
was saying,
issuing him an apology. A year passes. In 1999, he joins the MSF, Doctors Without Borders.
I've been, like I said, Mother's Day, we went to Delaware, had some fun and everything, came back home. Came back home Sunday. And relaxed and everything, did nothing much. I started getting into my last schedule, session of my course schedule. I'm in my last section now. Practicum, like practice and preparation for the national examination for this thing. It's like I think 105 questions. I need to pass like 300 or something like that.
By choosing to not kill the man that he's been chasing for years.
Yeah, I can see I'm tired and everything.
Temma visits Johan's hospital room where he's been in a coma.
Yeah, you see my daughter's arm behind me.
Living in a nursing home. Who found out the children's real names. When he mentions this, Johan sits straight up, seemingly awakened out of a coma. Just faking it up until now. He shares with Temma a vital memory, one that seemed to shake Johan to the core, one that made him question his own being, his personal worth. It was the day they came to take one of the twins, their mother unsure of who to give, of which twin was which. It left him wondering who was the unwanted one. Temma blinks. Johan is lying back down. Was that whole exchange just in his head? He leaves the hospital room, the next frame showing an empty bed. Window open, the breeze escaping into the room. Did he just escape, or was Johan even brought back to life? Regardless, the monster is gone, soon to be forgotten by the passage of time, but soon to be replaced by another. The question remains for us to ponder. Who was the true monster? Johan, who chose to become the monster with no name, killing and destroying humanity of his own free will, deciding to become the person that he did.
Also, I'd like to know what's going on with everybody else. What y'all do for Mother's Day? What do y'all do during this rainy, dreary week?
His mother for forcing upon him a lack of identity, being a double of his sister, her engraving in him vengeance upon Claus and Japan for what they did to him. What I arrived at is there is not one individual to blame here. We as humans create our own monsters. Our actions day by day
So what y'all gonna do?
The fates of others and the fate of ourselves.
So what y'all gonna do this week coming? What you doing this weekend? I would like to know. What's y'all weekend gonna be like?
Throughout our lives, we
so let me know something.
Monsters are not real. That statement just seems to be a lie. They walk amongst us. They live inside us. But our human will, our ability
talk to me, people. Let me know something. I'm live. I'm waiting. I have right now. I can tell you right now how it's going. As we speak, I have 0 people, no likes. I know I had like 5, like on my subscriber thing. I have 5 on my phone. I have 5, like 4 or 5 people.
All of his concerts for the rest of the year after being diagnosed with a brain disorder. Tonight, NBC's Ann Thomas talks with an expert about the condition that
Correction, I have about 7 people.
Joe
I don't
Exotic
know.
on a podcast say it was their goal in the world of flesh.
I'm not sure, but I will check my YouTube studio, see how many people.
It is a buildup of fluid
Wow.
in or around the brain caused by a
Amazing.
Dr. Gaia
I got
is a
10 new subscribers. I got
Is it
like
treatable?
10 subscribers.
Yes, actually, it's
Great.
one of the treatable causes of cognitive impairment. It's a very
That's great.
simple
Last
procedure.
last 28 days, I got 10. I have 10 total subscribers. Now I need 40 more to do live. I can do live on my phone and go live on. Well, I'm live on YouTube right now. That's one thing. On my laptop, I can go live there. But thank you for the 10 subscribers. I appreciate that. I like the last published content I had was 14 days ago. I got 1 like, which is good. I have 272 views. Ranking view 1 out of 10 so far. All my things, some of them are high, some of them are low. Some of the shorts I have fluctuate. So the highest thing I had for the first 14 days is 272.
This month. I know you're not treating Billy Joel, but do you think he can perform again? Absolutely.
Average percentage view 15.2%.
Patients have a great prognosis.
0.2%. Likes 1.
Joel is undergoing specific physical therapy and says he is sincerely sorry.
I'm appreciate everybody who's liking my thing.
Who are always in the mood for a melody. And you got us feeling all right.
NBC's Ann Thompson reporting apparently what makes NPH hard to diagnose.
I mean, I'm glad that people starting to notice me a little bit, even though it's not a lot. It's a little bit, which is good for me. I'm glad. I said, like I said, the more people I get, the more people I can move on to. I can be monetized. I'm just doing this on the hobby. Like I said, this is for men only.
There was no immediate indication of any
for men to take a breather from the mundane life that we all live in. Hopefully, I get a lot of men to come on my subscriber thing. If I get like 100 or 200 or 300 so-called men, matter of fact, if I make 100,000 subscribers, I will switch over to make a new area for Shoot the Breeze to let everybody know on this side, because this is my private account. This is my personal account. What I'll do is I'll switch over to a more constructive account. So this could be done every Friday and be done on there, and all my like shorts and stuff that drive on to this will be shown, and everybody can come on there. We can talk, we can have laughs, we can do whatever. Like I said, Shoot the Breeze is a place for us men to decompress, to talk about anything and everything, whatever we want, and how we without being subjugated to being like,
certainly by Monday looking a lot better.
You know,
sunshine. And then takes a break. We've seen enough of it here recently. It should stay away.
Being marketed as misogynistic or anything like that. We're guys. Guys who got stuff.
We get through the holiday weekend, which does,
I know for a fact,
look very dry. A couple of
we as men, we go through a lot, and we don't got no real people to talk to. It's good, but when we around our friends, our homies and stuff like that, we can talk about anything and everything. Even to our best friends, we'll talk about something that's important to us, and only they would know, no one else, and they'll keep the secret. They'll take it to their grave. That's what men do. We can talk amongst each other and have good dialogue without good dialogue with one another instead of with like siblings, parents, or even significant others. But it's kind of crazy though that we can talk amongst ourselves, but if we talk outside our general circle, it's hard because we don't like to share our thoughts, our feelings, or our concerns. But sometimes it's best to do that outside the scope of your friends and stuff, because you got, like I say, like this, we do have shady friends who will say stuff, or women who will do crazy things that will shake us, that will do things to us, that'll make us not want to share our thoughts and feelings with women. So, and that's what we do.